Hi, I'm Jeff with Madeira USA, and today I'm going to be talking about embroidery digitizing software. We've had a few questions, and I'm going to go ahead and bring those in, answer them live, and if you guys have any questions, make sure to drop your questions in the comment. So, the first question that came in is, do I need software to create or edit designs? Now, this can vary based off of your machine, so the answer is going to be a little bit of yes and a little bit of no. So on your machine, you can sometimes add text. It's going to be fixed size text. So you're going to be picking, let's say, like 1/2 inch tall letters. You may be able to combine some designs together and shrink roughly about 10% or enlarge about 10% is usually a safe range. Anything more than that, if you want to combine a lot of designs, if you want to be able to type in text and scale text or curve text, that kind of stuff is all going to need a software to do it. Based off of the types of software that are out there, you can get some that are machine specific or sponsored by the machine manufacturer, or you can get some third-party digitizing software that'll allow you to do the same thing. Do you need a full suite of digitizing software? Not necessarily. It depends on what you're looking to do. So that's going to run us right into our next question about software choices. What is a good digitizing software for a beginner? When I look at software and I'm talking to somebody who's just getting started, a lot of times I look at them and go, okay, well, one thing that needs to be considered is the support around the software, and is it frequently being updated? There are some softwares out there that are, well, I would, for the lack of a better word, call them dead. They're not really being updated anymore, and the support for them is getting pretty old. There are a lot more softwares out there, though, that are being actively supported and actively updated. The next thing I look for is the education and the community. So if you're looking at getting a specific software, you want to look and make sure that you're going to be able to get the education for it. Now, whether that's local at a quilt shop or online or in-person classes at something like a trade show or a quilt show, those are places that you can look at that you're going to be able to get some education and get an idea of how well this software is supported and how easy it is going to be to learn it. And the next thing I look at is the software made by the machine manufacturer? There are manufacturers out there that work and make software that is integrated into their machines in only a way that they can integrate into their machines, and actually it unlocks a lot of cool features on those machines. But whether or not you need those, that's truly up to you. If you're looking at software, I would always look for support and community so that you're able to learn that software and utilize it to the best of your ability.
As embroiderers, we all know one thing: placement matters. That's why we put together this quick video and 3 free placement guides, so you can hit the mark every time. Whether it's a left chest, full front, or back, shoulder, arm, or cuff, we've got you covered.
Next up, we're going to look at free or low-cost software. Is there free embroidery software I can use or a low-cost alternative? Now, there are some free softwares out there. There is InkStitch, which is a plugin for Inkscape. It's a vector, open source vector program. And then there is one called Ember that's out there that is a web-based program. With those, you're going to have a steeper learning curve, and there's a little bit less community out there around them. From those, you're going to move up into something like Embroidery Essentials, Floriani Creative Express, and then you start moving into some of the more home, like Floriani, Wilcom Hatch. There's Artistic Digitizer with Genome. And from those, you start moving up into the professional suites like Pulse. Melco has Design Shop. There's Wilcom Embroidery Studio. ZSK has Basepack. So there's ranges of how deep do you want to get into this and how much do you want to spend. But there are those lower cost alternatives out there if you just kind of want to get your feet wet and learn a little bit about the digitizing process. Next up, pictures to designs. How can I turn a picture or logo into an embroidery design? So this process always starts by bringing your art into some type of digitizing software. If you have an appropriate level of the digitizing software that will allow you to actually digitize, then you begin redrawing your art. This is generally done by a block tool or an outline tool where you're going to trace around the object with nodes. It's much like vector software. You trace around an object, but at the end you start assigning stitch properties to it. So these properties can be underlay, density, pull compensation, push compensation, stitch direction, if I didn't say that already. But these are the things that you're going to start adding into the design, as well as pathing, overlaps, and those types of things to get it into embroidery. There is auto digitizing out there, and I'm going to talk about that just for a little bit because I think that there's an important distinction. Auto digitizing is good at like basic shapes, basic objects. Sometimes it does okay at text, but it's not an end all be all out there. And as of this recording, it's not quite perfect yet. There are some like photo where you can take a photograph in and you put it in and it'll convert the photograph, but it's not going to be a very scale friendly design, and it may be higher on stitches. So those are one of those things that you're going to have to bring it in. You're going to have to tell it the exact size you want it, and then it's going to convert it. Now, the other auto digitizing, let's say you're doing the left chest logo, you're probably going to have to go in there. You're going to have to make some tweaks and changes, maybe add some pathing to get rid of trims, and things like that. So auto digitizing is getting better with every release of software that comes out and every update that comes out. And we may see some advancements in it with AI, but it's not quite there yet. So if you're looking at digitizing, you're going to have to plan on spending time sitting at the software, tracing objects and converting them, learning how these things sew, watching the design sew on your machine, going back, making edits. You can always watch videos for education and things like that. So those are the questions that I have on embroidery software. I'm Jeff with Madeira USA. If you guys do have questions, you can drop them in the comments and they may be answered on one of our future episodes, or we may just answer them in the comments. If you guys like our content, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.